you guys understand the concept so far. That is to turn each item that we want into a visual image. Same thing when it comes to numbers or digits. 0 in this case is going to be represented by a ball. It's called the number shape technique. 1, a pen. Can be a pen, can be a stick, can be a flagpole. 0 can be an egg as well. 2, a swan or a snake. Do you guys see the shape? 3, McDonald's because of the M, but it can be a butterfly as well, because if you see, this is half of a wing of a butterfly. 4 is a sailboat. You see the shape of a sailboat. 5, a seahorse. It can be a hook. It can be a pregnant lady. It can be someone in a wheelchair. 6 is a golf club. It can also be a whistle. 7 is an axe. It can be a walking stick as well. 8, a snowman, hourglass as well. 9, a balloon, or an elephant. This is the head and this is the trunk. Application. Singapore's first president was signed into office in 1965. So how would I do this? So Singapore first president, we all know Yusof Ishak, right? You visualize him holding a pen, not an ordinary pen. I want to exaggerate the size. A huge pen, huge fountain pen. 9 is going to be represented by a balloon for me. I just tie a balloon at the end of the pen. That's it. My link is done. So I visualize the balloon tied on the pen. That represents 9. Now the balloon is floating, helium balloon. What is 6? 6, I can visualize a huge whistle on the balloon, balancing on the balloon. We've done this before for grocery lists and packing lists. A huge whistle on the balloon. That represents 6 for me. And 5, hook or seahorse. In this case, let's go with a seahorse. A seahorse is flowing on the whistle, or is standing on the whistle. Be sure you visualize that as well. A huge seahorse, maybe all slimy and wet on the whistle. 1965. Now, when it comes to recall, the important thing is to not recall 1965 straight away. Recall in terms of the images. Why? Because if I were to ask you Singapore's first president and you just go like 1965, you are relying on your short-term memory because we just did this. But what you want to do is recall in terms of the images. So you make your neurons stronger when it comes to that particular information that you have encoded. Main concept, mental folder. Again, I'm drilling this in. Form a link, then into images, association. Number 6, always recall in terms of images to prevent short-term memory bias. Now, NTU was inaugurated in 1999 to create your own story here. Don't forget to turn NTU into a visual image that you can see. It can be a place, be a favorite building that represents NTU, inaugurated. What will be your image for that? And 1991. All right, any volunteers? In between 2 poles, 2 decorated elephants standing and welcome all of us. All right, good. Right, by welcoming you, I presume that will be in one of the buildings in NTU. And don't forget the keyword, inaugurated. Maybe what you can do is welcome you and you cut the ribbon, giving a sugarcane to the elephant and the elephant eating the sugarcane. Good. Again, don't forget to link it to, because the keyword here is NTU and inaugurated. If not, we are just going to be memorizing 1991. But what does 1991 represent? So it's important for us to have the visual representation of NTU. Inauguration can be cutting, then you can start your story. Formula technique, I'm just going to quickly brush through this because for most of the time, from my experience, you don't want to really memorize formulas, you want to understand. However, for some of you, if you really need to memorize formula, yeah, it is very simple. Mental folder, step number 1, step number 2, turn it into a visual image. Step 3, create a link. So a very simple thing would be plus would be a road, minus would be battery, your division is a slide, you can visualize a slide, X is a star, your dy dx is a duck. Come up with a database of your own images. Again, for formula, what I got to stress is always try to understand first, because maths is a whole different ball game. But if you need to, you come up with your database, right? Create a mental folder and symbols. This is a cheat sheet that I did for you guys. Any symbols, just like how 1 is a stick, 2 is a shoe, 3 is your butterfly, so on and so forth. Is the same thing here for you to create a link. If you want it, you can use it for reference, or you can take a quick snapshot of it or a picture right now.